When you look at a white sandy beach like this, you're probably not thinking about the fact that it is crucial habitat for an endangered species. But here in New Jersey, there's a beautiful and unique shorebird that needs this habitat to survive. This beautiful seabird is the Black Skimmer. Now they have come all the way from the Caribbean right here to New Jersey to breed. This is where they lay their eggs, raise their young, and perpetuate their species. This is one of the only places in the state of New Jersey where this species is hanging on and making their nesting grounds year after year. This species has very specific nesting requirements. They need these open sandy beaches like the one behind me in order to make their nests. Now they don't build their nests like other birds, they actually dig depressions into the sand and lay their eggs right on the ground. So it's really important that there isn't too much vegetation around, otherwise they won't have room to lay their eggs. Now this beautiful species can be found all over the Americas, well down into South America, across the Caribbean, and up both the Atlantic and Pacific coasts. They are actually doing very well across their range, but here in New Jersey, they are a state endangered species. Now the Black Skimmer is endangered here in New Jersey as a result of a couple human activities. Primarily encroachment on their habitat as people move further into the beaches, developing things like condos and restaurants. That displaces the Black Skimmer from their nesting sites. Additionally, overuse of the beaches from humans also disturbs these guys and restricts the amount of area they have to actually build their nests. And last but certainly not least are disturbances from pets, especially dogs. A lot of times what happens is dogs will actually enter their nesting sites, which can displace the adults, and they'll sometimes even kill the babies. So a combination of these human-derived threats are causing big problems for the Black Skimmers here in New Jersey. Now we've talked about what makes this species endangered, but why are they worth protecting? For us, we think that they're a beautiful and unique species that are really fun to watch by virtue of their feeding behavior. Unlike most seabirds that hunt by sight, the Black Skimmer hunts by feel. They'll skim along the surface of the water, and when they feel a fish hit their beak, they'll snatch it up right off the surface, and we think that is absolutely amazing. Definitely, and what's really cool about that beak is that they are one of the only birds in the world whose lower jaw is actually longer than their upper jaw, which is another one of the reasons they get the name skimmer. They are perfectly adapted for this unique feeding style. And not only that, we think they are absolutely beautiful. Check out that gorgeous orange beak and the jet black coloration on their back. This is an unmistakable shorebird species that we are really proud to have here in New Jersey. In fact, we've been observing this exact colony since we were little kids. We would see them off the side of the road and we were absolutely fascinated by them. So it's such a treat to return here and share them with you. So how do we help protect the Black Skimmer? One of the best ways to do that is by keeping their habitat clean and never encroaching upon their breeding locations. All along this beach, there are roped off areas that are designated as Black Skimmer breeding sites. And if you're fortunate enough to visit one of these places, make sure that you and your pets are never encroaching upon their habitat. Make sure your pets are on short leashes and that you, if you're ever walking through, don't end up walking right through a nest site. Not only will walking through their nest sites disturb the adults, but it's very easy to step on an egg or even a baby skimmer because they are very well camouflaged and sometimes you won't even see them until they're right underfoot. So it's best practice to give them a nice respectful distance and not disturb the colony. Additionally, it's very important to keep beaches clean. Take your trash with you, never leave things behind, especially fishing line and things like that. Make sure that when you are visiting their habitat, you are taking everything with you. There have been dozens, if not hundreds of generations of Black Skimmers that have utilized this beach for breeding, and we owe it to the future generations of Black Skimmers to keep this habitat safe and protected. Not only that, but there are very few skimmer species found anywhere in the world, so the fact that we have them right here in New Jersey is such a privilege. We want future generations of people to see these incredible birds, and hopefully they'll be as fascinated by them as we are. Now, if you want to meet some of the seabirds that the black skimmers might run into down in the Caribbean, make sure to check out this video where we get up close with some Caribbean water birds down in the British Virgin Islands. And with that, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.